up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome to episode 150. I guess that's a monumental episode, I guess, of Chicken Bone Alley. What is going on, guys? Brought to you by SRI Performance, Stock Car Steel and Aluminum, Earl Ramey Racing Engines, and Profab Headers and Exhaust. What is going on? I'm David.
I'm Sterling. What's up?
And our other cohort, Connor, he is off this week. He is at a I forgot what he told me exactly is. Basically, it's like a student body government trip with school. So he's having fun down at the beach with them.
Sweet. How many vacation days do we get?
There's a lot of paid ones. I know that. They pay just as much as you do when you're here.
Okay, all right, okay. I understand.
It's like you're not even off, you know.
It's like you're not even working or not even off. You don't even it just is what it is.
Pretty much.
What's been up with you, man?
I don't know, man. We've had a lot going on. I go ahead and talk about this first real fast. Since we're sitting here and everybody saw I didn't post anything as far as racing wise other than being at the track there at Florence Motor Speedway this past weekend. We were planning on racing. That was our goal. That was our plan. Come about Thursday, we realized that wasn't going to work out. Actually, it was Wednesday. Last Wednesday, we just let everybody know real quick. We had another issue come up with the car. And so with the new car, the late model we got there. So it was one of them deals that it wasn't a major. We found a little oil leak that wasn't nothing major. It can easily be fixed. Then we had a track bar adjuster froze up in it. Buddy Chad Webster Racing. He got it all worked out for us. Got it all worked great. It just pushed. It was little stuff here and there that kept pushing everything back. And so, unfortunately, we didn't get to run, but it was one of them things, and I even talked to Sterling last week when I figured out we wasn't going to run. It was like, let's get it all done right, because we didn't even have the car back to get the tie-downs put in a new trailer like we needed to make sure, where everything needed to go. So it was one of them things we were like, all right, let's miss 1 week instead of going out there and not being completely ready, tearing something up, and missing a pile of weeks with it. So that's where we were.
Well, hey, I think it's much better to and look at it too. Like, y'all missed what, 3 or 4 weeks with a Legends car. You still finished what, 4th in points or something. So
actually, we ended up not missing any points races with the Legend car. We missed some other races with the Legend car, but now saying that, the first of the year, we missed, I don't know, probably six or seven. Points races last year with the Legend car, and still ended up finishing 4th in it.
When does the point start at Florence?
They started this past week. So we're one race in the hole, but I think we'll be all right. We got a lot of races.
Yeah, for sure. I think it's like you said, it's much better to go ahead and make sure everything's right. And I know you'd feel better shaking the car down before you get out there and messing something up and keeping it at home for 3 or 4 weeks.
Yeah, for sure. It was it's just everything since we got that car. It seemed like it was we kept trying to get stuff, and stuff would come up we needed, and there'd be some stuff that was back ordered. There's still a couple things that are back ordered we waiting on, and we can get by without it, but still stuff we're waiting on. So it was just one of them deals that we just let's slow down just a little bit. Let's get it all straight, and we'll get rolling.
Well, you're gonna pretty much have a brand new car, so
pretty much.
It's good to go. It's worth the wait. Worth the wait.
But anyway, other than that, well, so that was that. But anyway, so last week, kind of wide open all week at work. I've been wide open, changing all kind of. I've had a pile of big jobs. That's well, it's not big jobs. it's just them jobs that are very time consuming. And so it's just been one of those weeks. Ended up going over to Florence Motor Speedway on Saturday. We were going to help our buddy Connor Lee over there. We were going to, go in there and support him and everybody else over there and watch the races and watch the modifieds, all that fun stuff. And we went over there, had a great day out there. Weather was absolutely perfect. It was mid-70s. Great weather for racing. You couldn't ask for a better day to be at the racetrack. There was a great crowd on hand there at Florence Motor Speedway. Glad to see everybody out there. It was packed stands. It really was. It was good packed stands, and the pits were absolutely packed too. There was 23, I think, Charger cars.
Really?
Yeah, and then there was 20.
What?
Yeah, and then there was, I think, 23, 24 Legend cars. 20, I think somebody said 28 modifieds. It was just packed house of racing. Tons of 4-cylinders. They had I think they're called Thunder and Lightning cars over there. Had a few of them. That was probably the most exciting race of the weekend. We'll get into that. But yeah, it was a great weekend. Great weekend at the racetrack. Great day Saturday. Get into Connors. He didn't have too good of a day, but it was just one of them things. Then, Sunday, got up, went to church. We are singing on Easter Sunday with the kids there. So the kids came practice with us Sunday morning during our practice time for the band and for the praise team and all that fun stuff. So, sang with them a little bit. Had a great service from Pastor Mac as always. All that good stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Everything else. So it was a good weekend, and one of the big jobs I had in the shop. Got out of there today, pretty much. So good start to the week so far, I guess.
That's good. Yeah. If you do something positive on a Monday, that's always great.
I'm telling you. What about you? What you been up to?
Yeah, man, it's been another crazy week last week. Our good friend Daniel Wyndham, him and Casey, they had their baby Tuesday, baby boy, and Daniel Clyde Wyndham III is going to be his name. I think they haven't decided yet, but I'm trying to persuade Clyde. I want to go to Clyde. But anyway, so we'll see what they call him, but I'm gonna call him Clyde regardless. So that is what it is.
That's right.
But he looks just like Daniel, no doubt about that. I have 100%. Baby pictures, nobody can deny that that's the case. So that is cool, and congrats to them, and thankful that all that they went through a lot of prayer and a lot of medical procedures to see him here is a blessing for sure. So anyway, definitely congratulations to them. So we did that spent a lot of time with them and around with them some. And can you hear Captain barking?
I hear Captain. He's excited too.
I'm about to get busted up, man. He won't be quiet. I'm trying to stay away from him.
He's excited.
So he is very Sonny. He's the baby, and he's fine. I don't even care, but maybe I need to put them on the show. Maybe we'll get more views. We put them on the show.
You put a dog or babies on shows, you get plenty of views, plenty of likes, plenty of views.
Plenty of. That's right. So Friday we went to Mexican, had some good fun there, and I love Mexican for some reason. You know that? Yeah, everybody knows that. So we try to do that on Fridays.
I think people in America love Mexican food more than people anywhere else in the world.
Yeah, I really believe. But see, I like Mexican American food. I don't really like authentic Mexican food. So anyway, I digress. But on Saturday we went to Winston-Salem, and right went through High Point and all that. Pretty cool area up there. Never really spent any time in Winston-Salem before, but it was a pretty cool area. Nice place. And went to the Billy Strings concert, which was Um, it was an experience. I will tell you that.
Yeah.
It was. They should have had it on April the 20th. That's
Oh
all I
yeah.
can tell you. Y'all figure. It was rough. It was. I mean, like the whole stadium was floating a little bit. If you know what I'm saying. Woo,
They,
great day. But
they look like
but he
Chinese. They was
he
like
was.
Chinese spy balloons. That's all I'm gonna say.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. Way real high, way up there, 60,000 feet. Way up there.
Exactly.
But but anyway, he put on a really good show, and dude, which but his talent is unbelievable, and really cool to watch him, really cool to see him in person, and he's one of them that sounds identical to the records, so that's pretty cool.
That dude's good. Dude is
So
good.
he sure is. So yeah, so we did that, and came back Sunday morning and listened to Pastor Mac on the way home, and y'all also.
How we
And,
sound? How we sound? We sound all right.
it definitely sounds better. It sounds like the feed is better.
That's
So
good.
I'm happy with that.
We've been
Yeah,
working on it.
it's
We've been
definitely
working on it.
for sure. So yeah, did that and came back and trying to recruit for another week. So here we are.
Fun. Good deal. Well, yeah, if everybody sees, it don't look much better, but there's been a lot of moving around stuff here in the shop. So we are, getting everything ready. The cabinet over there is closer to the door. We got to cut doors in it. Actually, we were doing.
Next step out the door.
Next step is out the door. Next step is out the door in the trailer. It looks like just junk everywhere, but it's actually all this stuff actually has a purpose. A lot of stuff we have in the trailer and all that good jazz. So we're trying to arrange everything, get everything kind of in place where it needs to be, so we can get the car back in here, get it worked on, get a few things tied up on it. Get it all littered up. That's kind of my main, one of my biggest goals is getting littered. I guess that's a good problem to have. That's one of my biggest goals is getting it littered. So, but no, that'll be done between this week and next week, and we will be racing. Good Lord willing, and the creek don't rise. We will be racing not this coming Saturday, but next Saturday. I think it is the 18th at Florence Motor Speedway. So we'll be there. I'm planning on it.
Sweet.
So we gonna make it happen. Whatever we have to do. I gotta get to track a couple days and somewhere in between now and then. Get some laps over there. I gotta get a couple more wheels. Would love to find some better tires than what I got to go practice on, but I don't know if I'm gonna find any. So might just have to, just get the feel for the car on some terrible tires, and that way when I put on good tires, I'll be like, oh, this thing feels a lot better.
Exactly. That's right.
But anyway, so this past weekend, Florence Motor Speedway had these smart modifieds on hand. Put on a good show. They run. I don't know. It's like a short race because it was. How many laps was that thing? 100 laps, I want to say. I think it was 100 laps. But there were some of them changed tires a couple times during this thing. And they have live pit stops, which is kind of cool to watch, especially when you're in the infield and you're right behind those guys. And kind of hard to walk through, actually, because there's so many of them. They had to come down and make a pit, in everybody's pit stall. You couldn't get your car once they were there. You couldn't get your car out.
Right.
So, which was fine. It was all good. But they just chewed up, especially right rear tires. They were Bobby Labonte come around. He qualified pole. And we were listening to him, and he come around and was like letting off at the flag stand. Ooh, sorry, excuse me. But he was letting off at flag stand, rolling down into the corner, and still was just killing tires. So it's I don't mind a tire game and a strategy game, but it's almost a little too much, you know.
Yeah.
But it was good. It was good racing. Good old PD Motorsports driver Matt Hirschman. He's from Pennsylvania, but he drives a car that's housed in I think they're housed in Sherrill, South Carolina here. He won down New Smyrna earlier this year and come back up here, and he put it on him. Big money, Matt Hirschman there. He that boy has won some money in a modified. He is the man in one right now. And it wasn't that he was the fastest car. They strategized it right. They caught some cautions at the right time for them, and it worked out for them. But then we got around. I spotted for Dennis Brown in the Legends race. He started 5th, got spun out on the second lap, went all the way to the tail of the field, which was 23rd, I think, something like that. Marched his way all the way back up to 7th place, I think it was, and he drove from the back up there, just past cars. It wasn't like there was wrecks happening then. He was looking good. I had to give it to Dennis there. He and then I was trying on the last couple laps to get another position, and just he ran out of talent a little bit there. Overdrove the car a little bit, and spun it out. A few laps to go, and being they only had a few laps to go, he pulled it in. So I can't blame him. Some friends of ours, Lizzie, and she real quick, they wrecked the car. Her and her teammate actually. I was spotting for him during practice. Jimmy Alexander, I was spotting for him, and he ran. He went out in turn 1, and all of a sudden something broke on the right front. And when it did, he shot straight up the track into her. She wheel hopped him, and it broke everything off the right front off his car, turned him straight into going to the inside wall, and he had no brakes because brake line and everything was broke. So he demolished the car. The motor pushed back almost through the firewall. So
great.
Yeah, it hit hard, which he said he was fine. He said, he was good. I was like, all right. I'm glad you are, because that was a hard hit. But it broke everything on the rear end, bar-wise, of Lizzie's car. But fortunately, didn't hurt rear end of Jimmy's car. So they threw the rear end. They snatched the rear end out of Jimmy's car, snatched the rear end out of her car, put the good rear end in, all new bar, or took bars that weren't, they could get, and measured and got it half straight. She went out there qualified, didn't get a great qualifying, just because, it was kind of tough coming from there. But anyway, they adjusted on it, and I'm gonna give credit where credit's due there, because she drove from the back and I think finished 6th when it was all said and done.
Really?
Yeah. So
that's awesome, man. That's impressive.
So congratulations to Lizzie there, because that was a good run. Good run. There was a little bit of attrition there towards the end, but hey, in order to, like they always say, well, they say first, but really, in order to have a good finish, first you must finish. So that's
exactly.
That's part of the game. So congratulations to her. It was a good race. Moving on, I want to move on to Connor. He's not here, but I'm gonna have to talk about him a little bit. He had a tough day. And it was one of them days you just felt for him. They we talked about it last week on here. They had to put another motor in the car because they were getting motors rebuilt and stuff. So anyway, they bought a new motor, 604 crate. And it just wouldn't run. wouldn't run good. So they were having some issues.
Yeah, I hate that, man. Is that something that's going on with all 604s, or is that from their supplier, or what?
No, they produce so many of them that it's a thing, unfortunately, every once in a while. But he went out, and every time he go out, it just seemed it's like it gets slower. He changed some stuff on the car. Chad was there doing everything he could, thinking maybe it was handling wise. They changed everything. It really didn't make no difference. The car just seemed to be slowing down every time, getting slower and slower. So they're thinking it was something motor-wise, obviously. It just seemed like it was binding up, sounding like it was binding down, and all that good stuff. So it was a frustrating day for him. I know it was, for sure.
It might be on its way to locking on up.
It's kind of what it acted like. It acted like something was scalding or a bear. I hope not. I hope they get it figured out, and hope it don't hurt anything. And that stinks. It's a brand new motor, but I guess it's like anything that they mass produce. Every once in a while you're gonna get a dud, I guess.
Yeah, that is true. Everybody can't have a motor builder like Earl Ramey, so it's okay.
Oh, I told him while we were there, I was like, I'll call Earl, see what he thinks about it, if he's seen one doing it, or anything. Or like, no, let's just get through the day and we'll roll with it. So yeah, stinks. He went out there and made, because he went out in the race actually. He just sat at the back, went to the back. Yeah, he qualified. Just not good. And he's just like, I'm gonna start on tail of the field. That way, because there were so many cars in it, was just like, let's lay back a little bit just to make sure nothing's gonna happen, but try a couple laps, see what happens motor wise. So he went out there, and he'll talk about it more next week. But he made a few laps, and the first couple laps it sped up. It's like it would run great for I say great. It would run good, decent for 2 or 3 laps, and then all of a sudden it just like it was fall off. Just another tenth every lap. And in 5 laps or so,
hotter it got.
Yep, exactly. It seems like there's a clearance issue somewhere. Something's getting hot, and
got to be that. It's got to be. It's just friction binding up.
Yep. So, like I said, he'll talk a little more about it next week when he gets on here and all that fun stuff. So, but it was a good weekend at the track. It's always a good weekend when you're at the racetrack and can hang That's out right. And watch them. I will say something real quick. There was after the Thunder and the Lightning race, and this is going around on Facebook, especially. I think I even shared. After the Thunder and Lightning race, whatever. Go check out Killer Cam. He the man. Y'all really have to check out Killer Cam on YouTube there. He's awesome. Young kid coming up in the Bandoleros. Got a fun YouTube page to watch. But they caught, after the Thunder and Lightning race there, they caught, so it was a big ordeal. Leaders took each other out last lap. So they weren't happy. So anyway, a fight breaks out in the pits. They were right in the middle of it. Had the video on the whole time, so it was good. Hey, they were fighting, but hey, if you're gonna do it, we need to video it. That's for sure. Well, then somebody that was fighting for whatever reason, one of the officials that we know got in the middle of it, and was trying to break him up. Well, somebody punches him in the mouth. I was like, "Jeez,
what's going on?"
So he, anyway, that guy got banned from the track for life. And it wasn't necessarily the track that done it. It was the sheriff's department told him he was trespassed from there for life. I said, "Damn." Wow.
Yeah, that's pretty crazy.
You could punch each other, but don't be punching the official. And it was really funny because he was breaking him up, but he was kind of outside of it. And dude just walks over there and just punches him in the face. Now I give it to Bucky. I will give it to Bucky, who was the official. He really didn't move when when dude punched him, so it must not have been too hard.
It's not been a good one.
It wasn't a good one. It was not a good one at all. So he tell him to try harder next time.
Well, speaking of exactly, well, and you know that's we've grown up around racetrack fights for a long time, especially back in old cranker days. You know what we always took the fights. But yeah, you don't never know, man. But one thing I wanted to ask you, I know it's not racing related at all, but have you watched and followed any of the Murdoch case still?
I did there towards the end. I really got well, I say into it. What happened is all right, I will tell you. I come to my mom and dad's house because they are right down the road from my work. My mom's retired, so she's here at the house. So I come here every day for lunch. And what happened was
wrong with that.
No wrong with that at all. The reason I got into it there at the end was because I come here every day and The Price is Right is still on, and I watch The Price is Right while I'm eating lunch. I go from lunch from 11:30 to 12:30, and so the last couple of days of that trial, they interjected in my Price is Right.
So you watched it by default.
Exactly.
Okay. I got you.
Because I'm all about spinning the big wheel and playing some Plinko now. I mean, you know.
Sound like my grandma, boy. Sound like my grandma. Every day, son. Every day.
Hey, I have watched Price is Right since I was little. I mean, I remember over the summer when I was little and I'd be home. That was the highlight of my day. Some days was watching The Price is Right. I love the days that they played Plinko on there. I don't know what it is about Plinko. Yeah. Everybody loves Plinko.
Yeah, I saw something about they were doing some night show. Price is Right.
Yeah, I've been watching them too. Yeah, and they've been having some huge prizes on them night shows too. That is my goal one day. That's one of my big goals one day. Is I'm gonna go see a live taping of The Price is Right.
Hey, Bo, I know where to take you to. I can get you right there.
I'm gonna have to make me a shirt. You know, says "Pick me, pick me, George," or whoever's on there by then.
Exactly. Whoever. Yeah. Is it, what's his face? No. Who's the host?
Drew Carey's host right now.
Okay. That's the last one I knew at the time. So.
But yeah, it's
good, man.
So yeah, I got it. So going back to Murdoch. Yes, I watched it by default there last few days, and it was interesting. I will tell you my thought real quick. I did not think they were going to get a guilty verdict on the murder side of it. I thought it could be just from what I saw, from what I went back and looked. It didn't look like there was enough physical evidence. There was a lot of circumstantial evidence, but it just didn't look like to me there was enough physical evidence. No,
right.
But I guess that's why I'm not a lawyer. I probably wouldn't make a good jury member either.
Well, you know, I agree with you because, you know, I was on a murder case, nothing to that extent by any means. I was on a murder case myself, and like they tell you, like it's got to be 100% like pretty much a painted picture of this person doing it. And I agree with you. I don't think that necessarily was there was a painted picture of him doing it. But they said, you know, that the kennel video of Paul there was kind of the deciding factor or whatever. But anyway, long and short, I just, you know, I was thinking about him, the guy being banned from racetrack for life kind of made me think of that because he's banned from everything.
Yeah,
anyway, you know.
That's good old South Carolinians here.
Yeah, exactly. Good people. Come on, visit us.
Come on, visit us. Come on down, hanging out at Murder Beach, and we'll be all right.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, it's getting by that time of year now for everybody to come down to Murder Beach for sure.
Yep. It's our time to avoid Myrtle Beach, and it's everybody else's time to come to Myrtle Beach. So,
I went a couple times over the winter, which was more than I went last summer. So
Well, exactly. That's the time to go. You go in the winter when there's nobody there.
I just go to eat some crab legs. That's about the only reason I go anymore.
I love it. I love it. It's gonna get dark for a second. Hold on, I'm about to turn some lights on here.
We'll be all
I'm
right.
getting eat up too bad outside. I got to come inside here.
I'm gonna tell y'all
what.
what.
You see me now?
Yeah, I can see you great. I'm gonna tell you what, real quick. While we're on the subject, you talk about getting eat up outside and stuff. You see that little teeny. Let's see, this little thing right here. This little that is a mini split unit. Air conditioner. Yes, it is blowing on my back right now, and I'm gonna tell you what. It has its shop down to 65 degrees right now.
Really?
Yeah, the shop is 65 degrees right now.
Wow.
It works.
That's nice, man. One of them things.
It works good. And we also have one in our race trailer.
Hey, I don't blame you, bro. So, I don't blame you a bit.
No, it's good. It is good. It is real good. All right, I guess back to some racing, I reckon. Last night. Yeah. You know, we talk about whatever. But quick, one thing I want to run over real quick. Southern All-Star Series had 2 races this week. Saturday night, Sunday night. Saturday night being down at Sonoy. See, we always look at Southerners, Sonoya, but actually they say I actually pronounce it like Sonoy, like the A is silent.
Really?
It's an Indian name.
Why you put that silent thing in? Why you put it in there? Why you put it in there?
It's kind of like
a knife.
That is a knife.
I'm gonna cut her with a spoon. I'm gonna cut her with a spoon, right?
But well, that track was cutting up the other night. It man, it was bumpy. It was rutted up. It was, and I blame none of it on the track personnel at all. That's the Pollards down there. That's Bubba Pollard's family down there. Every time I've seen that track, typically in great shape. And there's people just trashing it on the internet, because track was in rough shape. It was not of the track crew's doing. If any of y'all are not down here in the Southeast, we have had between, February, the month of February to now, we have probably had, I don't know, what you say, Sterling, probably 5 to 6 inches of rain.
We probably had 12 foot of rain since December. So I don't know.
Yes.
It's been a lot.
Yes. And
we've had a lot of rain.
And so when you were dealing with that much rain just saturating a surface, what people don't understand about dirt track, and I know some of these people, think they know everything about dirt track, and they may know more than me. I don't know. But what I do know is if you go out there, it's been dry outside, and you wet a dirt track, and you diss it all in, whatever you want to do, yes, it is wet feeling. The top 5 inches are wet. Under that is completely dry. You are doing nothing but wetting the top, getting the top moisture in there, but it will leave out of there. And then that's what makes track hard. All right, when you've got as much rain as we've had, and maybe more than that, dude, I swear it felt like it rained 4 inches in a day or two, a couple times. Mm-hmm. When you saturate dirt that much, it gets down in there. And I mean, your ground is then wet for a couple feet under there. And so, yeah, the top may dry out and get hard, but it is still wet way up under it, which causes it to press down in the ground, cause it to get bumpy, rut out, whatever. There is absolutely nothing that a track crew can do to fix that problem at all.
No.
So,
nope.
They it was, and they got on there and track saying this was unacceptable, blah blah, and I get it. I get they want the absolute best racing surface to have for the guys racing there. Everybody does. I can promise you they didn't want it to be bumpy. But it was either canceled a race, which they would have got hate for because everybody would have been like, it is a beautiful day. Why are they canceling a race? That track can't be that bad. It hadn't rained that much this past week. They don't get the fact that, it rained for a month straight up until that week. So, and then the one, they decided to run, there was a bunch of people loaded up, and I completely understand you loading up if you want to load up. That is your prerogative. You don't want to tear your cars up? Hey, I get it. I probably wouldn't want to tear mine up either. But if you came there to race, hey, if you want to race, we're racing. And so they did. And our buddy, Will Harrington, won the motocross. And
he got through all the whoop-de-doos, bro. He got through all of them.
He got through all the whoop-de-doos because there was a lot of whoop-de-doos for sure. It was something else.
Were they giving away a new car to win?
Man, I think it was a $10,000 race. So, it was good. It was good. It was Ashton Winger looked like he had a car to compete with him. And unfortunately, he got up there and took the lead. And by the time he took the lead, I think he caught a rut and straight up nosed it straight into the wall. So, so that did not work out.
Loading up, I really can't. I mean, it's nobody's fault. It's not by any means. We've seen many other tracks like the same way. I mean, and it's like you said, it's your choice to load up or not, but you can't control that. Can't do it.
No, you can't. Can't at all. So, it is what it is. Not a big deal. Yeah, I guess some guys thought it was a big deal. But then moved on to last night at Cherokee Speedway here in Gaffney, South Carolina. And had some of the same issues. Track broke up a little bit. There was a hole going down into turn one. Opened up pretty big. But it was raceable. These guys know when they're racing on dirt, man, that is just part of the deal. I mean, that's dirt track. When you go to track, it's not going to be the exact same track it was the last time you went to that track. So,
or even earlier in the day. I mean, you don't ever know.
Exactly.
Definitely.
Exactly. But they had some excitement, we will say. Two guys got into it that I wouldn't ever really expect to get into it, really. Old Georgia boys, Brandon Overton. Well, a little backstory on what happened there. Guess they were racing hard, whatever. I don't know. Caution came out. Brandon Overton and Chris Madden lined up beside each other. Chris Madden on the inside. They go to take the green flag, and when they take the green flag, Madden's car shoved straight up the track into Brandon Overton. Madden had a flat right front tire. And he just drove into Overton. All right, well, what I didn't understand after that, and I still don't know, I guess there's more backstory than I know, but they got out there and they stopped on the front stretch, waving arms at each other, and then proceeded to the pits. Then they got out doing the chest bumps and all that stuff, so they wasn't too happy with each other, I guess.
Yeah.
I don't know. They got into it there a little bit, so it was something else for sure. But it was exciting. And listening to Dwayne call it all there for the Southern All-Star Series was probably the most exciting thing because he was using the most wrestling terms I think I've ever seen in my life, and it was hilarious. So, but it was good.
That's-
But after all was said and done, there at Cherokee, our buddy,
WrestleMania.
our pal, Fergie time, Chris Ferguson, broke the new piece out the box there and took it to victory lane, and there he is with us. What's going on there, Fergie?
Oh, just living the dream, man. It's wash day, and Brandon's here. My girlfriend Jenna's here, but I've been wondering where the other crew guys are. I figured after a big win they might be here, but I guess it was a late Sunday night, so we can cut them some slack.
Well, I mean, you got to have some time to celebrate, you know.
Hey, well, I mean, that's what I said, but Dad wanted me and Brandon here, so we're here. They're getting it ready to wash. We're not going to have wash day. We're going to have wash night.
There you go. There you go. At least it's still decent weather for it.
Oh, it's beautiful today, man. It's going to be nice. I mean, it's probably going to be nice tomorrow too. So we might have to save a little bit for tomorrow.
There you go. There you go. All right, man. Well, first of all, congratulations, man. It was cool to see you. You took a little more extended off season than some other people did, but I know you put in a ton of work during that time, and kept the big secret there for a while with a new car and all that fun stuff.
She said, "Take my hood off, man."
I
she
saw
called me out.
She called you out on the hood. God, I can't believe it.
Yeah, we're live right now.
But
she's dropping stuff over here. If you couldn't hear.
Hey, it's no worse than what goes on in here ever. I promise. That's what we are, man. We in a race shop. You in a race shop. That's what happens in race shops, you know.
Exactly.
But man, you kept big secret. You know, unveiling a new car, new Longhorn, and man, how was this? It had to be really rewarding to bring home a win like that.
Yeah, I mean it was. I don't know. There's been a lot of races that got away from us. Lucas Oil races, the Blue Grays, March Madness last year. We've been in contention numerous times to win these bigger races at Gaffney, and something's always happened. So, there was a lot of relief there on yesterday, whenever we were able to finally pull one off, and to be first race out on that car, it was really rewarding. But it was more than just that. It was making up for last year, leading 47, 48 laps. And then, the Blue Grays that I've led, I led one all the way till 8 to go. And I think Madden or Overton, one of the two got by me. And same thing at Lucas Oil race, I led 45 laps and JD got by me. So just all those moments led up to this one. And it was a big weight off our shoulders, and just finally it was my turn to get one.
Oh man, it definitely was your turn to get one, and I loved it. I love seeing it. So I know you answered it a lot on your vlog and stuff, but there's been a lot of questions asked, and so we'll just throw it out there. Let you explain it for everybody. Why the switch? Well, I'm not gonna say switch. Why the addition of Longhorn to the fleet?
Just a few things. One of my main sponsors lives in Rockwool, which Rockwool is on the other side of the interstate as Longhorn. And they've been some of my biggest sponsors for the last 5 years. We ran Longhorns beforehand when they first started helping us. And then the opportunity to work with Scott come about. I was in Rocket stuff, but the opportunity to come about with Scott to really learn and really take our program to the next level. And we did. We learned a ton from them. We still are learning from them. But unfortunately, Scott's not really he's going through some stuff right now with his health and just trying to get everything sorted out for his future. And with Longhorn being 30 minutes away, we wanted to get a new car this year. Our other cars had 4 years 5 years on them now. And we had Brian Shirley reached out to us about maybe buying one, and come full circle. You know, we sold the one car. We needed a second car, and we decided to go with the Longhorn just because the success everybody's having, and we just wanted to see what they were about. So we still have our Team Zero car, and I plan on racing it. And really, as people saw, Brian Shirley almost won the last night down there at Volusia. So clearly, the Team Zero cars have speed. But yeah, can y'all hear that?
Yeah, it's fine. It's fine. It's good.
Okay, we're good. All right. But yeah, we wanted to try something new, and when it all said and done, here we are.
Well, man, it definitely seemingly right now worked out for you though. So let's go through the race a little bit, man. Tell us your view. How did the day start out for you?
We were pretty good in practice. We were like second quick, and felt really good right off the bat. Felt good in practice. I tested on Tuesday of the week, the race week, with Chris Madden and Kyle Strickler, and we ran some good laps with both of them there. And I knew we were going to be in contention, but started off the day pretty good. Qualified. I mean, missed it by half a tenth. You know what I mean? Like, went from being on the pole of the heat to being on the outside pole of the first one. With Michael Brown, I think Overton was second. I was third. Madden was fourth. So, or maybe fifth. I don't really remember what, but, just kind of started off pretty close right off the bat, and went out there in the heat race, made some adjustments for the heat race, and didn't really like them at all. Michael pulled me a little bit in the heat race there, more than what we were comfortable with. But that comes with, trying a new race car. And then in the feature there, we were just kind of, I had my mind set up I was going to ride no matter what. Like, I've had so many day races and 100-lap races get away from us because of maybe having to set the pace or going too hard too early. This race, once we kind of single filed out there in fifth, I made it a point to drive easier than the top four. They drove away from me. They pulled me at one point almost a full straightaway, but the guy behind me wasn't making no ground. So I'm like, screw it, I can just ride, as much as I want to, and stay off the gas as much as I want to, and save what little tire, or save what tire we had. And as we had cautions and restarts, I was very, very lucky to kind of be in the inside groove. And then I ended up passing Trent and had to move up to the outside. And I actually got a good start that time. I thought I had a shot at clearing Chris, and then I pushed out of two and let Overton get by me. But that put me back to fifth, and I knew I'd be okay because I was still riding through all that. The leaders were pulling away from me. So I knew, and it wasn't like I was trying to keep up with them. I was just content. And then right around lap 35, people were starting to push it a little bit harder, and we were stuck on lap 35 for it seemed like eternity. And then all the craziness happened. And luckily I was kind of the benefactor of all that. The shoe's always been on the other foot. I've always been the one that's been on the giving part of races instead of receiving. And it was just my time to be on the receiving end.
There you go, man. There you go. Well, man, that is that's a good way to start off the year, man.
Yeah, I mean, it's anytime you can get $20,000, you got to be tickled.
Yeah, especially when you putting together new race cars and stuff like that. I mean, this is a sport that is not cheap in any way, and so when you can break out $20,000 I'll start a season, man, that helps a ton especially for a team like yours. I know you do great. You do great with your sponsors and all the help that you have, but as I see right there, you're not in a huge shop and everything. Y'all are in a shop in the backyard and making it happen out there, man.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. These last 2 or 3 years, we've been really kind of knocking off some big ones. That kind of started all with the Diamond Nationals there at Lucas, and then running top 5 in the Dreams and the Worlds. And we knew we were at the point where we were going to start winning some big races. It was just a matter of time, but there's always obstacles, whether it's the cost of it or wrecking a car or, having the money to go run certain races. When you go to big races, the tire bill alone is huge. And there's a lot of financial strain on it, especially with us being a smaller team. But we found ways around all of it, and it's with the help of other people and it's choosing a smarter way to race. It's a little bit different than what a lot of other people race. There's people running 100+ races nowadays or right around that. And some of our biggest competitors are. So when we unload, we have to make sure we're ready. And here we are, the day after the race, we're getting everything ready to wash, and we're going to probably take this weekend off just to get ready for Boyd's and Smoky Mountain. So, but it is cool, man. I don't know if y'all can see, but yeah, this is the dungeon.
That's it.
So, yeah, but it's cool, man. Like the walls on the check or the checks on the wall, they're pretty cool. I mean, we run out of space. There's actually a big stack right back there of checks that we haven't even hung up. So it's a cool feeling to be able to accomplish it. But it just goes to show you don't really. It does help to have a bigger shop and have space and everything, but it doesn't. It's not a necessity. As long as you put all your time and money into that right there.
That's right.
That's what'll do it.
For sure. Well, man, it is it's awesome. Anytime you they like for so-called media to stay impartial, I guess, but I can't do it. So I just don't consider myself any media. So as well as I do, every time something, I text you all the time, but especially when stuff like that happens, I'm like, you're probably still on the track half time, and I'm texting you, and just because I'm excited, man. I'm excited to see you do big things, man. Because I'll tell anybody, Chris was one of the first guests we've had on Chicken Bone Alley, and me and you've become pretty good friends since then. Just like iRacing now, Chris Ferguson Esports and Majula Safe Speed Shop. They are partners of ours on the Chicken Bone Alley iRacing League, providing setups for us, which is so cool, man. And I just love it when buddies of mine succeed.
That's the thing, man. We're all a community, and we all want to grow together. Pushing short track racing and dirt track racing and iRacing. It's a small community, but at the end of the day, I wouldn't want to be doing anything else. I enjoyed playing Madden and Call of Duty growing up, but then the iRacing world's its own little community that's it can be a little harsh at times, but it's one of those things. There's a lot of good people on there, and we have fun. And some people forget about the fun part because they act like they have $100,000 race cars out there, and I think if maybe them guys race like they were really in the car, they'd probably be a little less drama. But we enjoy it, man, and I'm just I'm thankful that you're part of it because we're all growing together. It's that's what it's all about, man. We all need to just grow together and enjoy the ride.
Well, I'm gonna tell you one thing. I got humbled a couple weeks back, I guess we'll say. I know I'm not that great on iRacing. I'm not. I'm all right. I can drive, but I'm not that fast. Chris invited me to come run the Give Back race they had there, and I got schooled. Well, I say that. I was a 1/10 of a second off making it. But the problem was that 10th
of a thing. Dude, it's so crazy how tight it is it not?
Dude, that's what I'm saying. That 10th of a second, I was like 15 places out of it. I mean, it was just like, dude, this is crazy. So,
and there's no slouches out there either. That was a super talented field of race cars.
It was, and
it's like going to Eldora.
Yes,
for the World 100.
Yes. And so it was fun, and I appreciate that, and appreciate let Chicken Bone Alley be a part of that. And Really love all that. All right, but I got a question. Going back real quick to Cherokee this past weekend or yesterday. You talk about the drama that happened. All right, I'm just gonna say, if they were sitting, I know you probably wasn't paying attention on this because you were sitting over in Victory Lane enjoying all the spoils there. But all right, you put Madden and Overton on the front stretch in boxing gloves. Who you taking?
Oh Lord, I don't know, man, because Brandon used to be a lot rowdier than he is now, and I think it's because he's won so many races. Chris seems like he's pretty scrappy. It's a coin toss because Brandon has youth. Brandon's got youth. You know what I mean?
He does.
But Chris Madden's probably got dad strength. So I don't know, man. We'll flip a quarter for it or something. I'll flip one right here. I got one right here. I'm gonna flip it right here.
There you go.
Chris Madden.
Chris Madden
based off the quarter.
Chris
Madden he takes it. Sorry, Big Sexy, my bad. But old man might have one more good one in him.
He might not be as good as he once was, but he's good once as he ever was. Ain't that the saying?
Like I said, yeah, that's what I'm saying. He was pretty hot, so there's no telling what would have happened if they would have put boxing gloves on it.
Oh, I think it's great. But I and I'm one of the people that I don't want to see people fight at the track, but I love the passion that they have.
Oh yeah, you got to have it. Everyone cares so much about this and puts their heart and soul into it. So at the end of the day, stuff like that's going to happen. And luckily it didn't escalate. You don't want to see anybody get hurt or anybody, get people jumping in on stuff. So luckily it cooled off there. But, Brandon and Chris they're two of the top dogs. And, when you're two of the top dogs, or you're going to race around each other a lot.
That's
and right. both of them are, you're going to have moments like this, and especially on a one day or Sunday day race at Gaffney with it being rubbered up. So hopefully they both, think about that this week and really, because there's no doubt it does probably, when them two get into it, they'll there's other people around them for sure. So hopefully they get past it and there's no other, victims in the situations going forward.
Hey, well, if the track slogan has anything to say about it, Mama warned you about it, didn't it?
She did.
I'm telling you. And speaking of mamas, real quick, I'm gonna tell you, I have the most fun with your mom sometimes on Facebook. She is the most hilarious person on there sometimes, and I throw stuff out there at her, just picking with her all the time. I pick at her about her Little Debbie Christmas tree. She loves it at Christmas time, all that fun stuff.
Those things are nasty. She hates hearing that, though.
You better not tell your mama that.
I know. I wouldn't say it to her face, trust me.
And she's watching, don't worry. No, I'm just kidding. Oh, cool, man. Well, cool. All right, well, what you got coming up next, man?
We're going to take this weekend off. I'm going to go down to Georgia with my girlfriend and help her move some stuff in her office and help her at her work. She's here helping get the car ready to wash, so I got to repay the favor. Hey. And she said she had some furniture she wanted moved, so I'm going to go help her with that. But then the week after, we're going to race Smoky Mountain to make up for the rain out, and then Boyd's, and then the big races at Bulls Gap, which paying $100,000 this early in the year is pretty wicked. I'm excited for some big Eastern Tennessee races.
That's your kind of track too, man. I always think big banks. You like them high bank tracks, big fast tracks.
Yeah, I'm super excited about those, and I'm pretty excited about Smoky Mountain. I'm excited to go to Boyd's because it's not really one of my strengths. But I feel like I can go run good and contend. That's one of the things about racing. You want to get better in the places that you don't feel the most comfortable at. So, I'm excited to go there too and really see what that's about. But like you said, Bulls Gap's more my cup of tea, so I'm excited for that one, especially $100,000.
That's right. That's right. All right. We had a question come across on Facebook. Want to throw it out there at you. Since you changed colors on the new car there, so far in your racing career, if you had to pick one, what's your favorite wrap / scheme that you've gone with?
Oh, the 2020, the 2019 World 100 white car with the gold stripes. It was the first time we done that. We had the black car with the gold and neon red, and then at the World we busted out the white. And that car was my favorite looking one. It looked on the way it looked on the racetrack and videos and pictures. That's been my favorite so far.
It stood out for sure. That was nice. All right.
Yeah.
What was the?
It was special.
Yeah, for sure. All right. So going with a new car here. Why going with blue, or just something cool to go with?
My dad picked the color of the hauler we painted, or he painted, and it was blue. So really, that kind of influenced the majority of it. And as everybody knows, he makes the final call on about everything. So we couldn't really veto that one.
Well, see, I've had the same thing happen this year. That car sitting out there, I've never driven a white anything, and it's got blue numbers on it. So I was like, I've always driven red with typically yellow numbers or something along those lines, and so my dad did the same thing. He's like, let's do something red, white, and blue. I was like, all right. So. Yep.
Yes, sir. Actually, not yet. Yes, sir.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. So that's what we're doing. But I did get the late models red, so we'll be debuting it in a couple weeks. So
I miss the red. But I'm happy with the car this year.
I like
it's different. It matches the hauler, and really, I don't know. It's been. We had the neon yellow in 2018, so it's been 5 years since we've had a different color. So it was just time to make a change.
Well, in all honesty, man, I really like it. I like the scheme itself. It is it's nice for sure. That is one sweet looking ride you got there.
Yeah, Big A does a good job, don't he?
It sure does.
Yeah, he's pretty sporty. Actually, the left side's right here. It got a little beat up. It was kind of funny. Michael Brown called Dad today and apologized, and Dad wasn't even mad because his day racing we get with that right there. It's a win. Anybody look at it.
Hey, that's one of them ones you sign and turn around and let's everybody wants that one.
I know, right? Yeah, 100%. I think Tadpole Fab's probably going to beat that thing out. We're going to at least try to make it last till the end of March.
I don't blame you.
Hey, sheet metal ain't cheap anymore. It's up there. But I tell you what, you can get it at a good price at stock car still.
That is right.
100%.
100%.
Shameless plug.
This is why Chris is my favorite, because they got anything that you possibly would need over at Stock Car Steel and Aluminum, guys. So if you need some painted sheets just like that, head over to Stock Car Steel and Aluminum and pick it up.
We got it there. We got 090, 065, all kind of sheet metal, steel, aluminum, angle bracing, and everything behind it. Everything that we get, 90% of the race car, well, not 90% of the body is from Stock Car Steel. So make sure you look them guys up.
For sure. Head over to Stock Car Steel and Aluminum, and they get all the specialty products too. We've talked with them guys about all the crazy stuff they can get in over there. So really anything you need for any of your fabrication needs, head over to Stock Car Steel and Aluminum. Also, same way, and I know Chris has got a good relationship with our buddies over at SRI Performance. Also, what you couldn't get, you couldn't get on the outside of that car, you can get on the inside from SRI Performance.
Yeah, these sales reps named Blake Harris and Kyle Armstrong that'll personally deliver them to your shop They will expect either T-shirts or beer in payment, but they will deliver them after hours. So I'm very thankful for the staff at SRI. They do a great job.
I can't say anything bad there either, because a few weeks ago I needed some parts and Blake was coming to Florence Motor Speedway and he's like, "I'll bring them to you." I said, "Wonderful."
That's what it's about, man. Customer service, and you ain't gonna find no place better than SRI.
That's right. Well, cool, man. Well, I'm gonna let you head on over there. But before we get off here, man, who all you got to thank this year for helping you out?
Let me start with Spartan Transportation, Live Oak Family Dentistry, K&K Trucking, Hegel's Plumbing, Diff Tram Machining, Count On It Construction, The Racing Warehouse, Schaefer's Oil, Rosewood Assisted Living, Vincent Sims Construction, Bowtie Limousine Service, Fox Racing Shocks, Wheeler Metals, WR1, Sweet Victory Apparel, Carolina Roofing and Gutters, Hoosier Race Tire, all my product sponsors, my brother, my family, my girlfriend, just so many people involved, and all my fans, everybody that's watching the Chicken Bone Alley podcast right now, man, and everybody's going to hear it on the downloads this week. So we just we appreciate all you guys, and I'm thankful for you, and everything you do and support that we do, man. It means a lot.
You as well, buddy. You as well. I appreciate all the support you give us, for sure, man. It's awesome. It's awesome. I got one last question about this yesterday. How was it winning a race and your cousin Carson finishing second, man? That was pretty cool.
That was really special. I've watched him growing up. I remember when he won his first race at Charlotte Motor Speedway. It was a Power Wheels race. They raced around the quarter-mile legend car track. Tony may or may not had an extra battery in that thing. But, I remember when he was born, and I'm pretty sure his birth date is March 22nd, 2000, I believe.
God,
and
I'm old.
it's just amazing. It's just amazing to see him grow up, and I always knew he was going to be special, and knew he could win races. So, he always had to battle some of the same adversity that I had to battle, growing up in the sport. So I'm glad that Donald Bradshaw took a chance on him, and he's got some good people with Donald and Wesley Page and everybody that supports him. He's going to win a lot of races, and there's going to be times where I'm the man sitting second on the podium, and I'll be just as happy for him. So it was a special moment. We both got to enjoy it, and there's no one else I'd rather be up there. And if I wasn't to win, he would, that's exactly who I want to see win. And there's no one else I want to battle with for a win than him. So it was special.
Good deal, man. I figured it was. For you. Well, cool, brother. Well, man, I sure appreciate you jumping on and spending a pile of time with us here. It's been fun. And how about go win a few more, and let's get back on here and talk about a few more wins.
That sounds like a plan, brother.
All right, man. Well, I sure appreciate you coming hanging out with us, and everybody go check Chris out in the upcoming races and cheer him on for sure. Appreciate it, man.
Thank y'all. Y'all have fun, man.
See ya. All right, everybody. Mr. Chris Ferguson, Fergie Time, coming on and hanging out with us a while there. Congratulations to him again. A winner of March Madness at Cherokee Speedway in Gaffney, South Carolina. Cool. All right, well. So anyway, well, there's that part. We got SRI.
There's that.
We got stock cars still in there. Profab Headers and Exhaust, guys. Y'all head over to Profab Headers and Exhaust. Get you some speed under your hood with some awesome exhaust. Also, head over to Earl Ramey Racing Engines and put some of the Profab Headers on an Earl Ramey Racing engine, and man, it's going to set it on fire. That is for sure. So y'all head over to Earl Ramey Racing Engines. tell them we sent you over there. Get some time on that chassis dyno for sure. You'll need it. Also, Dixie Made. Guys, some of the coolest Southern apparel, as we like to call it. They got anything from Drake, Axis Waterfowl, Southern Fried Cotton, many, many, many more brands. Y'all head over to Dixie Made here over at just outside of Florence Flea Market. Y'all head over there and get all the good apparel, good Southern apparel that you can find over at Dixie Made. I got one of them skeeters flying here in the shop.
It's a Hawk.
It's a Hawk. It's a big one. Oh, cool. All right. Well, I want to, let's see, real fast. I got to get to last week's picks here.
Don't do that. Don't do it.
We got to talk about it. We got to talk about it. So, in week number 3, Connor took home the win. He picked William Byron. Sterling, let's see. I'm trying to remember who finished second, who finished third here, because neither one of us were all that close. Actually, I beat you by 3 positions. I picked Brad Keselowski. No, I didn't. I'm sorry.
Appreciate it.
I'm sorry. No, I didn't. That was week 2. I'm looking at the wrong one. I picked Kevin Harvick. Kevin Harvick finished 9th. So I got second. Sterling brought up the rear there in third. So we need to mark some points here for Connor. He gets 3 points for the win. Sterling gets 1 point, and I get 2 points. Do what?
I feel like we're golfing. I'm going with a golf score. That's what I'm doing.
We're actually all not as far apart as you think so. I just let you know right now. I'm in the lead with 8 points. Connor is in second with 6 points, and you are in third with 4 points. So, I mean, we're not that far apart.
That's like half of what you got, bud. So that's pretty bad. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Yeah, but it can be made. It can be made up. It can be made up really, really, really quick. But with that being said, what was that?
I said not at the rate I'm going.
We'll be all right.
I'm not doing
quick rundown of the
cup.
Well, quick rundown of the cup race, I guess. It was a pretty stretched out race there, Las Vegas. Looked like William Byron had it locked up for a long time. Then all of a sudden, come about third stage, Kyle Larson kind of jumped in the lead, checked out, and Eric Almirola brought out a caution there with 2 laps to go. Tires were all over the place. Larson and Byron got tires. I think they took 2 tires, I think. And Truex stayed out, I know. So it just it stacked them up there, and William Byron took home the win. So congratulations, Willie B. So
Willie B. I like the car.
I did like the car. Did you see the hat in Victory Lane by chance?
No, I did not.
You need to go back and look at it. I don't know where or why he got this hat, but it's like one of his hats, but it looked like the Napa hat on top of the trucks. It was that size. And they had like foam in it.
Really?
So, yeah, they had like foam in it, so he was wearing it.
Why is he want to do something like that?
I really don't know. I hope it's not the new look that's coming along. That's all I can say.
I'm not gonna be hip, I reckon.
Me neither. All right, so coming since you brought up the rear last week, you get to pick first.
Appreciate it.
So
I guess that's a good thing about the situation.
All right. Here.
I got my pick.
You got a lot to choose from. You've been sitting, just laying up here, I think.
Laying up hard, man. I'm laying up hard. But see, I got one guy that did really good in Phoenix November last year. He was in the Final Four of the playoffs. I don't know that I'm gonna use him a whole lot throughout the rest of this year. I think I'm probably use his teammate a little more later in the year. But anyway, I'm gonna go with Chase Briscoe. I think he's pretty
Briscoe.
good there at Phoenix, and we'll see what happens. I mean, Ford's strong right now. They are. I think they are. Especially at not 1.5 mile racetracks. So we'll see what happens.
All right. So you take Briscoe for week number 4. Let's see. I haven't even given this one bit of thought. Man, I look at, the last race there, who come away with the championship, all that, but it's like it never ends up that way. It's like, everybody's trying so much for it that right. It's crazy. But in saying that, I hate to, because I had him on my fantasy team there at Las Vegas. He qualified pole and went to the back, but he won the championship there this past year.
You're going to use him already?
I think I'm going to use him because I don't think he's going to do much else the rest of this year. I just feel like he's coming off that championship slump. I don't know, man. I could be wrong. I could be wrong. I mean, I'll get him back in the playoffs, so I may need him then for a Talladega or something in the playoffs. But for right now, I'm going with Joey Logano. So
Tempo.
So we'll take him. I texted Connor earlier, just FYI, and got his picks. I told him, I said, go ahead, pick 3, because that way if your 2 get taken before us or before you. So who did he take? He took Logano, Briscoe, and Harvick. Actually,
okay.
But actually, in saying that, Harvick was first on his list. So
all right.
So he gets Kevin Harvick this week, which is not a bad choice. Harvick was
owned.
Yeah, he owned that place for a long time, man.
Yeah, he's definitely good at Phoenix for sure. So, and it's his last year. I know he's got one more race this year, but this is his last year at Phoenix, so he's gonna show off a little bit, I believe.
I believe so. He's got something to prove. He's said that, and he wants to go out with a bang, win as much as he can, do the best he can. Which, I mean, I know everybody does, but so we'll see. So there we go. Wrapping it up with Sterling picks Briscoe. I pick Joey Logano, and Connor, coming off of his win, picks Kevin Harvick for Phoenix. All right, going into Phoenix. I know we made picks there, but what you feeling about the race?
I don't know, man. I don't think it's going to be too much different last year. I haven't seen that much difference in the car as far as racing. From last year to this year yet. It may change, but I don't know. Chevrolets look strongest to me. They really do. Fords are good qualifying cars, but I know that there was a heck of a gust in qualifying, so I don't know if that's how Logano got the pole or not. I feel like it probably was.
His car was horrible.
I yeah, for sure. So, I'm still kind of waiting a little bit. I want to see some more intermediate type tracks. I want to see Darlington. I want to see that kind of stuff to know more of what to look forward to for this year. But I guess the biggest news, I guess, in the Cup Series is Chase getting his leg broke and being out for a couple of, I don't know how long. I guess a couple weeks, 3-4 weeks. I don't know what it is. And maybe Josh driving a car. I don't know.
Yeah, what I heard is probably going to be about 6 weeks. He had to have surgery to set his tibia in his leg. I thought they talked like ankle, but apparently it was lower tibia. And what I'm hearing, I don't know if it's true or not, but what I'm hearing is probably 6 weeks. So it's going to be interesting to see if they give him a medical waiver, being that it was something that happened outside. But I don't see it any different as COVID, in my opinion, because they gave all those guys COVID waivers. That would happen outside the sport. So, I mean, I don't know.
Honestly, they can't expect them. Kind of like Kyle Busch said, I read a little interview about
Kyle Petty.
His opinion on like they can't live up under an umbrella. Like they gotta have a life too. They gotta enjoy themselves and all that. And if they get hurt and doing what they love to do, then so be it. I agree with that. So I can't see where he would be jeopardized of being able to be in the playoffs or not. I don't think that would be the case, but it definitely hurts. It's got to. I don't know. The biggest thing there is sponsorship.
I think,
but they got.
I really think. I don't think Napa's going anywhere from Chase Elliott because he broke his leg. Man, somebody could break their leg walking down the stairs. It just, I think they're fine. I think I actually expected, and I know this is probably expecting too much. I expected this past week when they said Josh Berry was getting in that car. I know he had never got any laps in this next gen car, but that boy adapts so fast to anything. And I still think after about the first half of the race, he come around to that car. If you start looking at laps, he was turning good laps.
Well, if he's in that car for the next 5 weeks, watch out for Josh Berry. I'm telling you. Yeah. That boy can drive a race. No doubt about it. And Phoenix is going to be more his wheelhouse, and it's going to be, I think he's going to be more familiar with the field, and the track's going to be more his style. Yeah, watch out for Josh for sure.
For sure. So be cool to see. How about real quick, Austin Hill taking another win this year in the Xfinity Series.
Oh,
I like it. I
do, man. I do. I like the guy a lot. He seems like a regular old dude to me. I love it. I love talking. I love hearing him talk, and he just seems like a regular old dude. Just wants to race.
Well, I gained a lot of respect for. I liked him already, but I gained a lot of respect for him last year, and I can't remember what track it was at. Was it at Las Vegas? Or I don't remember what track it was at. But who was it? Myatt Snyder? Did come up to him and started running his mouth and stuff, and
yeah.
And he said I told him to hush, and he wouldn't. So I handled it.
That's it, man. That's what I'm talking about. That's Florence. That's Florence right there, man. Whatever,
he didn't back down. He didn't back down from it or anything. He faced it head on. Yeah, I took care of it. I handled
it. He handled it very well, honestly. Yeah. No, he's just driver, man. He loves the sport. He loves to do it. He reminds me, kind of like Ross, just watching him drive, the way he drives, the way he races. It's a lot like Ross to me. He just wants to race. He wants opportunity, and to have that, he's giving his full effort. So that's paying off.
Cool. Well, good deal. All right, guys. Also, want to tell y'all about RevMax Race Apparel, RevMax Racing. Y'all head over to RevMax. Tell them we sent you over. Guys, I got a big deal coming. Sterling's seen it. RevMax is making me a driving suit for this year. It is, as they say, as the kids say nowadays, it is fire.
Is that what they say?
That's what they say. That's what I heard. That's what I saw somebody type on Facebook.
It is on fire, I guess. Yeah.
Well, I hope it's not, but it is.
Yeah.
But it is good looking stuff. It is, man. I'm so I'm excited to share it with everybody when it comes in. It's awesome looking. I was at the track. A buddy of mine had them make one for him. Had them design a suit for him. He had it at the track this past weekend. Man, it is top quality stuff. So y'all, if you're looking in the market for a new driving suit, gloves, all the good stuff to match, even y'all head over to Rev Max Racing. Man, it is second to none. So y'all head over there, check them out. All right, well, cool, man. Well, what else we got?
Man, I don't know, man. We're just gonna love the week and get through the work week for sure. But tomorrow's gonna be a wonderful day. So Mary Cecil and I are going on the boat. We're going fishing.
Playing hooky from work. Hey.
Yeah, I'm excited. Try to take advantage of the good weather and the full moon. So we'll see what happens there. Hopefully it goes well, and we can catch some fish. So that's what we're gonna do tomorrow, and go from there.
Well, good deal. Cool. Well, I'm gonna be working on race cars and getting the finishing touches done on them things, so we can get to testing and all that fun stuff this week or sometime between this week and next weekend. I gotta get to the track sometime soon. But anyway, guys, well, I sure appreciate y'all coming on, hanging out with us today. Appreciate Chris Ferguson coming on with us. It's so cool to always have him on. He's a good dude, good friend of ours for sure.
Yeah. For sure.
So anyway, guys, well, I guess I want to say thank you one more time to all our sponsors and affiliates on here: Earl Ramey Racing Engines, Profab Headers and Exhaust, Stock Car Steel and Aluminum, SRI Performance, Rev Max Racing, Dixie Made, also MPM Marketing. Y'all head over to MPM Marketing if you are in the market yourself, for trying to market yourself in racing. Head over to MPM, talk with Tanya, and she will get you on the right path that you need to be on, get you in front of the faces that you need to be in front of. Set up your social media so it gets the best views and coverage for sure. So y'all head over to marketwithmpm.com. Tell them we sent you over there. But anyway, all right, guys. Well, I guess we'll be y'all be watching. I'll probably be posting up some pictures from progress on race cars and stuff this week. I think it's gonna look pretty good, hopefully. So y'all be checking it out, and I guess we'll see everybody next week.
Later.